Hey everyone, it's Grizzled here, and yeah, you probably don't remember that name, but let me talk about that. We've recently had a name change for our channel, as well as myself on Xbox Live, which is where I spend most of my time when I'm playing video games. But we'll get more into that later. Today we'll just focus on the video we're doing. Sorry it's been a while, but here we go. It's the Iron Banner. Wanted to give a few tips. Here's just some of the loot here, or not loot really, things you earn, I guess would be, well, kind of the same difference. But etheric light is the main thing I've been trying to get out of this, as well as that armband, which looks pretty darn sweet. They've done some good by making the gear look a little more defining, a little different, make you stand out a little more. So it's kind of worth the pain and suffering of going through playing something very competitive with random players. Which leads me right into what this video is going to be about, which is just some things I've noticed a lot of people doing in the Iron Banner, and a few tips to try to stand by, and a few tactics to go off of. Obviously, for something like this, if you want to be really tactical, I almost said something else. You're gonna want to be playing with other friends at least, something along those lines. Which I don't even remember if they. I think they allow that. I can't remember, but yeah, that's the only way to really go pure tactic on this. Otherwise, you just kind of get that lucky moment going, or have that lucky's, or not really luck, sometimes it's just skill. But I'll just I want to go through a few things. I'll let the footage here start up on the match. Level benefits are on, or however they put that this time around, so it kind of doesn't matter. You'll notice a lot of people are just using their 34s. This is actually one of my alternate characters, so sorry if you see some crazy things. I've been trying a new build. Actually, oh, here we go. I'll show you what I'm working on. I don't even have a full-blown Voidwalker upgrade yet, but I'm trying to go mainly for pure strength, pure intellect on this one. So that's why most of the gear is based on that I have on right now. Running with the pacifier, Plan C, amazing for PvP, and the Vindicator, which is kind of hit and miss there. I mean, it's a good assault rifle, or wow, assault auto rifle. Like every game calls it something different. It's hard to remember, but it just doesn't pack enough of a punch really when you're dealing with somebody that has Thorn or a high impact pulse rifle, things like that. You're just not going to be putting out enough damage or knocking them off their sights enough to really do well there. You can roll some good traits on it, like I believe I have melee kills return full clip, or sometimes, and the other one's the longer you fire, the more accurate it gets, which is a huge help, because I think that thing I have right now is a 42 round clip, so that'll be a huge advantage when I unlock that. But here we go, pretty even matchup there. 2 Titans, 3 Hunters, and 3 Warlocks, 1 Hunter. It's not too bad. Anyways, I'll get right into some things I've noticed. A lot of people with this kind of with control and it just being Iron Banner, there's a lot of obviously high risk, high reward scenarios, and a lot of people are afraid to do that. Sometimes you just have to risk it. I'm not saying run out there in the open like straight edge at a sniper like you'll see here I do in some of the clips, but you just have to be willing to work with your team. You can't be that guy that hangs back and just tries to go for kills, because kills matter here obviously, but that's not what it's about. See how I assisted him right there? Saw he was in trouble, couldn't save him in time, but at least we pulled off a kill for a kill, so it wasn't as bad of a deal there. So you just have to be looking, constantly watching for situations like that, willing to help your teammates out. You see one guy trying to take an objective, don't just leave him by himself, regardless of what's going on right now. Try to get over there and help him. 2's better than 1, always. And there's the lovely Thorn. I love Thorn, but man, it's when you're on the other end of it, it's just a pain in the ass. But what kind of goes hand in hand with taking those risks is at the same time not being reckless. You don't want to be a hinder to your team. You don't want to be that guy that's just constantly dying and not contributing anything at all. That's sorry to get off track. That's another thing I love about Plan C. The minute I pulled that out, it was ready to shoot, took that guy down, and the range on that shot earlier, man. But you got to be willing to work as a team. I know it's hard with random people. Some people you just instantly don't get along with, whatever the case. Oh, good stick. whatever the case is, you got to be willing to assist each other. When you're running solo and you start dying constantly and your whole team's eventually dead because they all wanted to stay solo, you're going to see it on the scoreboard. It's going to hurt really bad. Another thing I've noticed is greed. People getting far too greedy, far too reckless. When you own 2 objectives and your teammate's not constantly dying, that's good enough to win the game. You should leave it there. You should never try to own all 3 unless you can pull a fast one where everyone's dead and maybe throw them off, leave a couple guys at your spawn, take their spawn, and then protect those objectives. Sure, if the situation allows it, go for it. But I've seen multiple times where we'll be staying strong, you know, like good 5,000 points ahead of the other team, which in Iron Banner sometimes that's not even that big of a deal. But somebody will run around and want to take C or A or whatever the case is, trying to get all 3. Destroy the spawns, destroy your flanking positions you have set in, destroy the overwatch you have set in, and just completely trash the game, ruin everything. And then the enemy just starts coming back from there, taking the middle objective, pushing you back. So if you're doing fine and the situation does not show itself, don't go for it. Don't even worry about it. Just keep with 2. Don't get greedy. Keep staying strong and win the game. Because in Iron Banner, I've seen it myself. I'm sure all of you have seen it. I mean, people could come back from a 10,000 point deficit and just win. It's amazing. Kudos to them. I mean, I get mad because it's like we were so close, but at the same time, you know, it happens. Another thing I want to talk about is super usage. Obviously, it's personal preference. Sometimes it's smarter to save it for, that's another big issue right now is the lag. Like, that guy died and I was shooting him. Somebody came up from behind me, killed me. But that's just the nature of the beast. Anyways, super usage. Sometimes it's good to wait for that perfect moment, but at the same time, you don't want to wait too long or completely botch a super. So instead of either waiting for a perfect situation for a multi-kill, I mean, if you have the ability to block an area while your teammate's capturing objective, like I did earlier for the heavy ammo, just shot off the super on one guy to keep him from flanking us. I mean, regardless of how good you are, you never know what's going to happen. Somebody might just come out of nowhere and kill you, and then that flank's open. So it's good to just use it when you have it instead of saving it forever and regretting it later. And then other times, sometimes you just have to sacrifice yourself for a good super use, and that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, that's not really a very big issue. A lot of people realize that they'll go in and get a multi-kill. You know, they'll know they'll die in the end, but at least you're putting a lot of players out of the fight. And another thing, a lot of these points might seem contradicting, but at the same time, it's just about knowing when to use that tactic. So like here, I got overly aggressive, ran up on him. I don't have a shotgun, I have a fusion rifle. Tried to punch him, I didn't have a follow-up plan. Things like that. You don't want to hinder your team, and you don't want to just be feeding the other team kills. So if you're getting shot up and you got to crouch and stay out of the fight for a little bit, do it. It's better than you knowing you're going to die and dying and leaving another teammate by himself. Because then you're just hurting the whole team. So if you got to back out, back out. If you got to risk it, risk it. I mean, it's all circumstantial and depend. Wow, that's this map. Oh my gosh, the snipers. I hate this map and I love it at the same time. It's just a bittersweet thing, depending on what side of the barrel you're on. Yeah, I mean, I keep going back to teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. I can't stress that enough. Like I know. It's so difficult in this game, I know, because a lot of people don't on Xbox Live anyways, they don't use mics. I mean, I've had my mic in and tried to see if anybody else had any, and it doesn't seem, it's a friendly game, but at the same time, it's a hostile game. It's just one of those things. Depends. So, I mean, if you're rolling with your own fire team, that's different. That's a little better, but when trying to work with random people, sometimes you just got to try to communicate and hope they'll listen. The good thing about this assault rifle, like you saw right there, is I can kind of, alright, took that kill. You pop in and out of cover, shooting rounds rapid, has a full clip, so say you, alright, I gotta change subjects again. Right there, like, see, I sacrificed my heavy ammo, but it was for the greater good to take out 2 people, so that's one of those situations where you can't get greedy and just be like, well, I'm gonna hold on to my heavy ammo and sit in the back. You gotta help the team. I mean, regardless if you didn't get that kill streak for the Iron Banner bounty or whatever the case is, sometimes you just gotta sacrifice it. That's what this game about is, the teamwork, the sacrificing for each other, protecting each other. It's the only way you're going to be successful, especially in Iron Banner. But with the large clip, what I was saying earlier with this auto rifle, one of the benefits is I can keep shooting down a constant stream. So say somebody is popping in and out with Thorn like that guy was doing. I was doing it too, so I can't really talk crap on that. But you keep shooting because you know he's going to pop back around eventually. So you'll either suppress him and keep him away till you recharge, or he'll run right into your stream and you'll damage him more. And I'm only delaying him, so I know I'm not most likely not going to take him out with this. Look at these hits, 18 to the head, like these little hits. It's like tickling these guys, but I'm not going to probably take him out, but at least I'm keeping him away from Bravo until other teammates get there. You're about to see this. We had a pretty nice lead, and here's where you're going to see what I was talking about earlier. These guys bring it tooth and nail down towards the end. Almost get us. We ruined the great surprise of the ending, but I doubt you care anyways. But we won, but by a little bit. It was very, very close. Like I think it was like 3 kill difference. I don't know what this guy was doing. But another thing to watch out for is Fellwinter's Lies, a crazy shotgun, and I ran right into his bait. Came around that corner. I've noticed also a lot of Iron Banner and PvP in general is a lot of people running around with shotguns, and that's understandable. I mean, you just have to be able to, I'm not using it as like a hate talk or talking crap on anybody. It's just, you have to be able to know that and be prepared for it. Like I like to use a fusion rifle, so obviously I need that little bit of gap between them and me where I can still kill them, but they can't just one-shot me. So just whatever weapon style, whatever weapon style you like to play with, you gotta know that. I mean, there's a majority of people carry shotguns. It's just known fact. So just don't be hoping that it's gonna change, because it's probably never gonna change. It's one of the better things to run around with. But I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not really, I can't really tell you how to play exactly, because there's so many play styles and so many different. A lot of people like to be more aggressive or more defensive, but the key thing I'm trying to emphasize is teamwork in these modes. I mean, it starts with you. I mean, regardless of what your whole team's doing, if they're trying to do the whole lone wolf thing, you really, it's up to you. I mean, just find one of those lone wolf guys and run around with them, or help them out when you see him in trouble. Keep that eye going. Just keep situational awareness at all times. Like that was bad of me. I didn't cover down on that guy taking a lot of damage, but you know, it's a learning thing. Sometimes you just gotta be willing to help each other. And don't get greedy. That annoys me so much. I'm sorry. I hate it when people get greedy and ruin the whole game for you when you're doing just fine. It's one of those lone wolf assholes again. But anyways, I think I'm going to cut off here and let you guys just kind of watch the rest of the clip if you want or not, whatever the case is. But I mean, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to us if you want to see more. We're going to be constant again. I will put out another video about all the changes that have been going on, and just work has been hectic and all the games coming out, so we haven't had much time to put videos up. But they'll be coming out more constant, more Destiny footage, and our main thing we're going to be pushing for is ESO, or Tamriel Unlimited, I think they're calling it now, when it comes out for console. Putting out a lot of videos about that with our clan and such. But anyways, hope it was helpful to you guys. Hope you didn't think it was just like a rant, because it wasn't. I was just trying to, you know, teach teamwork to everybody, because it's so damn important. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Zone B lost. You're falling behind. You're in the lead. Hard-fought victory, Guardian.